Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Rob here. So I'm understanding that we might be coming into a little bit of a diesel shortage. Bunch of links out there. It's not totally mainstream media yet, but you know, possibly could be a reason for concern. So I've decided to up our diesel storage game, and didn't want to spend the big bucks on one of those transfer tanks or the farm tanks, because we're not going to get deliveries at the house. So I'm thinking doing one of these 55-gallon totes here, and this is a food grade one that I've cleaned out, washed it out, I've thoroughly dried it out, so it's good to go. And we're going to end up installing a hand pump on this so that we don't need power, just in case it ever gets to that. And we'll just end up filling it up in town with 5-gallon jerry cans when we go in. So I think might be worth you guys checking out what's coming. If it's coming, if not, this is just a nice convenience item to have 55 gallons of diesel for the tractor and anything we need around the property here. So follow along as I set this up and get us a little bit more self-sufficient around here. So up until now, I've just kept about 5 of these jerry cans with diesel in it on hand, and then we just fill them up, but I'm just not feeling comfortable with that amount. So I am going to take everything I have in stock now, put it into the tank. We're going to go to town, fill these 5 up again, fill this up, and then continuously as we keep pulling out of this, we're just going to go, you know, keep filling up in town when we go and keep these on hand as well. So let's get this guy filled up with what we got. Not a good start. So let's let that drain. Alright, so we got this thing filled up with gas, or not gas, diesel, and then I ended up filling our jerry cans as well, so now we have double the amount of diesel. I put some of this diesel treat in there. It's supposed to keep the water out, so you know we're not going to store this long periods of time. This is going to be rotated with the tractor. This should fill the tractor about 5 times, and then every time I'm just going to keep fresh stuff in there. So it's just nice to have this on stock with what's happening right now. I ended up going with the Lincoln 1335. This is a fuel pump or fluid pump. So let's see what we got here. Alright, let's see what this comes with. I got this on Amazon, so I'll leave the link if you guys are interested. That link will be below. The reason I went with this guy instead of like the Harbor Freight hand crank was because of this hose, this fill hose. This actually has a nozzle, and the Harbor Freight was a little bit cheaper, but by the time you buy a hose, I think it probably would have been close to the same price. And I think Lincoln is a little bit better of a brand than some of the stuff at Harbor Freight. Let's see here, we got this pump nozzle here, and this is the first time I'm opening it. Got your lever, and the reason I went with a hand pump versus some sort of powered unit was because this is always going to work even if we have no power. So and should I need backup diesel, there may be a chance that we need backup power too. So it looks like we got a couple pins here. Now keep in mind guys that this is not for on-road use. I know you're going to get a lot of comments that, you know, putting something in a barrel like this is not DOT regulated, and that's true. I wouldn't take this to the fuel pumps and drive around with it on the road, but once we're on a private property, you know, it is what it is. So it looks like you put your pin through here, little C-clips holds it in. Want to needle nose pliers or something for that. Alright, let's see here. Put this little C-clip in, pop it in with some pliers. There we go. And there's 2 different holes here from what I gathered. One is for thick oil and one is for less. So I'm not pumping very thick fluids, so we are going to go with this other one. If I can get it to line up. Do you want to watch me struggle? There we go. Alright, put the pin through there. Get in the hole, Stuart. There we go. And the other C-clip. Probably help to have all the right tools on hand. There we go. All right. So now we have the tube, and from my research this is adjustable. There we go. So you pull this out, it's got a little flange edge so it's not going to bottom out, and as you push it in it should collapse if it needs it to be shorter. So we're going to put this in here. You could probably put some Teflon tape here if you wanted to, but I'm just going to try this out for now. It does list diesel as an option on here if anybody's wondering. It does recommend to put sealant on here, but I'm just going to try it out for now. And tighten it down. Make sure everything works. This goes on the hose. Hose clamp and a spring. So, yeah, this has got a nice little nozzle on it here that you can use. And supposedly the nozzle hooks into that. We'll deal with that in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the fine threaded side. And it should thread right in. Alright, it just takes a minute to catch those threads. I mean, this is probably designed for a steel drum, but it does thread in there and it's nice and secure. So last step, we're going to put on the hose. The hose clamp, pipe clamp here. There we go, and we're going to get a flathead screwdriver to tighten that down. Alright, so they give you a nice little holder here for the hose. Just locks in like that, and that way it keeps your nozzle out of the way and you're ready to go. So let's try this guy out and see how it works. Alright, let's see how this guy does. Takes a little bit to get going, but once we're going, yeah, that's some pretty good flow right there. So it seems like on the upstroke, you're getting a good pumping action there. Alright guys, thank you for checking out another video. This was a quick and dirty way to store some diesel here in a pinch because we know things are coming. This is the end of May, mid to end of May, and we're hearing a lot of diesel shortages on the East Coast. This is just our way to get ahead of it for the tractor. About 20 bucks we spent on this food grade drum. Cleaned it out really well, got all the water out of it, just make sure it was nice and clean so we don't have any sediment in there. Picked this guy up on Amazon for, I want to say it was 70 some bucks. Got the little wrench here for the tops. This is just something nice to have anyway. Some diesel stabilizer, and we are at least can run the tractor for a few months and just keep things going around here on the homestead. So thanks again guys, hopefully you're getting ready, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.